Imagine you're in the middle of giving your speech, and then all of a sudden, you lose connection. What was your immediate thought or reaction? Did you think it was your computer, my computer, or was it both? My name is Shara, and tonight I'm going to attempt to persuade you on decreasing the amount of technology that you use in your daily life. I will be doing this based on both the pros and cons of how technology affects communication in our society, how it affects one-on-one communication, and how it affects our relationships. Remember the times growing up when your parents or grandparents made you stay outside all day and play, or make sure that all your chores and homework were done before you can even watch TV? Well, over the last 20 years, technology has grown, and our motto for the Air Force is bigger, better, faster. With that, we're allowed to take school online, we drive electric cars, and we're allowed to talk to anyone at any time, any place. But with that, where do we draw the line? The Huffington Post has drawn that line, and they state that technology is fracturing its very foundation in which our society lives by changing the way that we communicate as a society. Do you know that 11% of people with social media, which includes Twitter, Facebook, actually physically see their friends and family on a regular basis? People are so addicted to their phones that studies also show that 91% of people use their phones as an alarm clock, which means you depend on it to wake you up. You also depend on it for calls and texts and to communicate with people. So wouldn't you say that that's possibly fracturing how our society is? Knowing the pros and cons as far as the society and what technology has allowed us to do, let's move into how it affects us with communicating. We're allowed to communicate with this new technology through text messaging, emailing, with iPads and iPhones and anything that you can think of nowadays. But do you remember the old school way? Snail mail, or even the one located telephone that was in your kitchen? Technology has allowed us to communicate, and more so now, which is awesome, because for our loved ones that are deployed and overseas, it allows us to talk to them and know that they are okay. But what happens when that is all we're using to communicate? Throughout time, we have gone away from actually talking face to face to talking through a phone or talking through a computer. With that, our confidence in learning how to communicate effectively with each other has drastically decreased. With knowing how to communicate, it is vital to how we prosper in life, whether it's through interviews or building relationships, because we can't just hide behind our computer or phones. We need that physical face-to-face contact. So now, knowing some of the pros and cons with communication when it comes to technology, let's move to how it affects our relationships. Again, like I stated before, the communication is vital in any relationship, and allowing us to talk to those that are deployed or that, we can't be there at this moment, so we're going to shoot a text saying, hey, I'll be home in 5, running a little bit late. It adds that security, like, okay, I know what's going on, instead of having your minds go crazy. But with that, there's also some big negative factors. According to PBS.org, it breaks down the effects of technology that has disrupted our relationship. Basically meaning, it disrupts our emotional connection with our spouse or with our family. So when we come home to dinner, what's the first thing most people do? They turn on the TV. They find their show. Instead of sitting down at a dinner table and having a talk about what happened that day or what's to be expected the next day, our emotional connection breaks down Because not only are we occupied with what's going on in the technological world, we lose focus on our spouses or our children, and it can make them feel invisible. It also allows us to escape from having to deal with stress. A lot of times we get on the internet, we go shopping or surfing on Pinterest or whatever the case may be that kind of breaks us from the real world. But with doing that, if we do it too much, then we don't know how to really handle what's going on with us. We don't know how to handle the stress or the sadness or the anger, or how to be happy and share that with our family and friends. So though technology is good for us, it also disrupts our relationships and can cause major problems. So knowing that, let's go ahead and review everything that we've discussed. Technology is beneficial to our society in some ways, as well as disrupting our society. It's good with communication, but also disrupts with how confident we are when communicating face to face. And though technology is good in some aspects of our daily life and with our relationships, it also disrupts it. So, my goal is for you to take a minute and to really think about where you stand and how big of a part technology plays in your daily life. Thank you.